Japan is known for being one of the safest countries in the world. Crime rates are low, people leave their belongings unattended, and even in major cities, violence is rare. But what if I told you there's one city in Japan that many locals actually consider dangerous? A city with a rough reputation, a history of crime, a place where even Japanese people are afraid to go. And that city is? But is Kawasaki really as bad as people say? I actually traveled there to find out for myself. Hey, I'm right now in Kawasaki, the most dangerous city in Japan. Before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell, so you don't miss out on more real Japan content just like this. Now let's get into Kawasaki. Kawasaki is located between Tokyo and Yokohama, and on the surface, it looks like just another Japanese city. But ask any Japanese person about it, and many will tell you it has a dangerous reputation. And there are many reasons for that. First, organized crime. Kawasaki has historically been a hotspot for Yakuza activity, and even today, there are still many groups that operate in that area. I actually found a YouTuber who explores Japan's Yakuza areas. His Kawasaki video, where he walks around Yakuza turf, is insane. Check him out if you're interested. Then there's the biker gangs. Japan's Bosozoku culture. Those loud, rebellious motorcycle gangs have been deeply rooted in Kawasaki. These gangs were notorious for reckless riding, illegal activities, and causing trouble in the past. Another reason? The foreign population. Kawasaki has a large community of foreign workers, particularly from China, Korea and Brazil. While this doesn't necessarily mean crime, it does contribute to the city feeling very different from the rest of Japan. On top of that, heavy industry in the area has made Kawasaki a more working class city. The industrial sector attracts a rougher crowd, and you find a lot more blue collar workers and factory laborers here. And finally, drunk people. Kawasaki is home to a lot of drinking areas and sketchy nightlife spots, where fights and arguments can sometimes break out. In fact, my Japanese friend was actually afraid to meet me here because of Kawasaki's reputation. So does this make Kawasaki truly dangerous? Well, let's take a look at how it got this reputation in the first place. Kawasaki's rise began in the 19th century and early 20th centuries, fueled by heavy industry. Positioned between Tokyo and Yokohama, it became the perfect location for factories, shipyards, and steel production. Companies like Kawasaki Heavy Industries, Nissan, and Toshiba built major plants here. By the 1950s to 70s, Kawasaki was filled with factories, warehouse districts, and blue-collar workers, many of whom migrated from rural Japan or even abroad to find jobs. Why is Kawasaki attractive to Yakuza and Bosozoku? With its industrial boom came an increase in organized crime. The Yakuza saw Kawasaki as fertile ground for their operations. A high concentration of blue-collar workers meant gambling, loan sharking, and protection rackets were profitable. Factories, construction, and shipyards often needed under-the-table labor management, something the Yakuza were heavily involved in. Black markets and bars near industrial areas became hotspots for criminal activity. By the 1970s to 80s, Kawasaki also became known for its Bosozoku, Japanese biker gangs. These gangs were made up of rebellious young men, often from working-class families. Kawasaki's industrial rough environment made it a perfect breeding ground for both Bosozoku and Yakuza activity. Over the years, crime rates dropped, but Kawasaki's reputation stuck. It still has some of the highest crime rates in Japan, though compared to most countries, it's still extremely safe. So after spending time in Kawasaki, here's my honest opinion. Does it feel different from other parts of Japan? Absolutely. There are more sketchy looking people, more fights, and overall a rougher vibe compared to central Tokyo. But is it actually dangerous? Not really. If you compare it to places like Shibuya during the weekends, where drunk people are constantly fighting, or even major cities in other countries, Kawasaki is still pretty tame. In fact, I'd even say that if you just want to visit for a day, There are some great places to check out. Kawasaki has some cool date spots, like Sinna City, Japan's largest movie complex, a great shopping scene, and fun entertainment options. As you can see, I made it safely out of Kawasaki. While it does have a rough reputation, I wouldn't say it's dangerous, unless you're actually looking for trouble. What do you think? Would you visit Kawasaki? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more deep dives into Japan's hidden places. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.